Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby fled to Okinawa during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3, Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, I would recommend you go watch it before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Johnny would want to go to Okinawa to visit Robby, but he would have no money. He would have spent all his money on trying to help Miguel, so Johnny would start saving more money in this timeline. The events of Season 3 would carry on. Daniel would still come back from Okinawa, and only the LaRussos, Shannon, and Johnny would know where Robby was. Robby would continue his training in Okinawa, and he would start to master Miyagi-Do. Johnny would still help Miguel recover, and he would still form Eagle Fang. The events of Season 3 would carry on. Sam and Miguel would still help save the All Valley, so the house fight would still happen. The fight would continue, and Hawk would still be redeemed, and those events would carry on. The season would still end the same way. Johnny would still confront Kreese, but since Robby wasn't in Cobra Kai, Johnny and Kreese wouldn't fight, and Kreese would still propose a tournament. Those events would stay the same. Daniel and Johnny would still team up, so Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do would still train together, and the events of Season 4 would carry on. Anthony would still bully Kenny in this timeline, but without Robby, Kenny would have no one to go to, so Anthony would continue to bully Kenny. Without Robby and Cobra Kai would never learn Miyagi-Do. Kreese would still get Terry Silver in this timeline, and the events of Season 4 would carry on. The Cobra Kais wouldn't get their revenge on Hawk. Eventually, Johnny would have enough money to go to Okinawa, and Shannon would go with him. So Johnny and Shannon would go visit Robby in this timeline. Robby would be happy to see his parents, and Johnny would want to convince Robby to come back to the US, but Robby would say that he was a wanted fugitive and that he could never go back. He would say that Kumiko and Chosen have really helped him, and that he was finally at peace. Johnny would start to get jealous of the relationship Robby and Chosen had built, but much like in the original timeline, Johnny and Chosen would start to bond, and the events of Season 4 would carry on. Johnny and Shannon would eventually go back to the US, and much like in the original timeline, Johnny and Daniel would still go their separate ways, and Hawk would stay in Eagle Fang. The prom would still happen in this timeline, and things would be uneventful. The night of the All Valley, the three dojos would still compete. Hawk would still defeat Kyler in this timeline, and he would still advance to the finals. Miguel and Hawk would still fight, but Miguel wouldn't be distracted in this timeline, and he would beat Hawk in this timeline, so Miguel would be the two-time All Valley champion. Sam and Tori would still fight, but Sam would use a combination of offense and defense, and in this timeline, she would defeat Tori, so she would be the girls' All Valley champion. Eagle Fang would win overall. The Eagle Fangs would celebrate, and Johnny would be happy. The season would end in a very similar way. Terry Silver would still betray Kreese. Miguel wouldn't run away. The dojos would continue to operate, and Season 5 would be pretty uneventful. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby fled to Okinawa during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.